Hello, this is Mental Refreshment LLC channel. What I wish to talk about today is people crying out for help in nonverbal ways. So let me give you a couple examples of not everyone that presents themselves as hardcore or so strong, because most people that seem that way, the reality is they're going through something and they feel this is what they have to show you to protect themselves. Their defenses are up because things that have happened to them in their life have caused them to react that way. I'll give you some examples of pertaining to myself. As I was growing up, I experienced a lot of traumatic events that I don't really talk about, but that's what caused me to have this purpose of helping people based off of things that I experienced in my life. I've been out on my own for a long time at young ages that I shouldn't have been. Had resentment towards adults because of what I experienced dealing with adults. And I truly believe adults are not always right. Because the reality is, sometimes those adults telling kids what to do have hidden agenda, as we all know in this world nowadays and since the beginning of time. You have a lot of adults that are abusing kids in so many different ways, but they influence them at a young age by scaring them, using abuse by verbal, by physical, or whatever to control your kids. It's happening in school, it's happening in churches, it's happening in your families. Kids are being messed with. Teenagers are being messed with. Adults are being messed with. It depends on what they experience at a young age that allows this to repeatedly keep happening. And when they feel like they have no voice, they will not speak up because this person that might be abusing them is telling them, if you say this, you say that, I'm going to kill your parent or whoever your guardian is. So no child wants to lose the person that they love out of their life. So they would go through being abused in so many graphic, damaging ways that as they become older, they think that is normal for people to mistreat them. So those are the ones that are quiet, that really don't have a voice. They have the inner voice, but their outer voice is not speaking it. But it takes something very traumatic for them to speak up beyond what they experience. Eventually, they will start acting out in nonverbal ways of, you see them fighting, rebelling, running away, acting up in school. These kids and these people are crying out for help. I've come across so many people say that, oh, these girls are fast, they're doing this and they're doing that. The first question should come to mind is, okay, so what's going on in that house? Is that mama's boyfriend or her girlfriend messing with these kids? Because think about it. Kids don't know these type of things unless someone has showed them or taught them these things when it comes to sexual things. So you have to be careful. Even kids spending the night with other kids, you have to be careful because kids will repeat what has been taught to them. And then also you have to be careful your kids going to spend the night at other people's house that have older people in that house. I know I experienced some things when I was young going to spend the night over people's house, and I was a teenage years and their brothers were grown fathers or whoever was trying to mess with me. So you have to be careful about who you allow your kids to be surrounded by. And that means family, grandparents, grandfathers, grandmothers, aunties, Everybody you have to pay attention to. You constantly talk to your kids. Kids are not retaliating for no reason at all. They're crying out for help. So I would suggest you pull your child or your loved one, nieces, nephews, teenage adults, because it's happening to grown women and grown men too. They're being abused also. Because especially with COVID going on, people are feeling like they're stuck in situations that they don't want to, but they have to survive. You know, they don't want to lose the life that they're used to. They don't want to lose their benefits. It's hard out here, you guys. You know, mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. So there is a high percentage of people being hurt, physically, mentally, you name it. Mental health rates have went up extremely high. You know, and the wait list for all type of stuff like that, it's real bad. You know, the crisis line, it's horrible right now. So you just have to think in those type of ways. As you approach people, think in that way of you don't know what they're going through, and because they look like they have themselves together doesn't really mean that. They could be really going through something very deep and traumatic, and they feel like they have no one to talk to, so they're keeping it inside. So when you have co-workers snapping, managers acting a fool, what you have to think about is, hey, it's not about me. It's something they're going through. So learn patience with people. Try to put yourself in their shoes. But that doesn't mean that you sit up there and let them mistreat you because they're going through something. You be like, hey, we got to work on this. We got to do something. We got to get you some help. Not everybody wants help. But the problem is they haven't reached their limit of being hurt. Once a person gets tired of the stuff they're going through, they will break that chain of damage that is happening to them and reach out for help. So be that friend, that listening ear, that shoulder to cry on. Give them the hug, the love that they need to allow them to feel comfort in you and come to you about what is going on in their world. So everybody, you have a beautiful day. And this is Dawn from Mental Refreshments, LLC. Bye.